Hello, Kendall from Reddit Whiskey with a recap of my second attack from this war, and again another similar layout that my first attack had with one of these anti 3-star bases. And kind of looking at this base, really, if I'm trying to path out the double giant bombs, I think the greatest probability is probably here and here. Those are the ones that made the most amount of sense. But part of the reason they design these bases is you move your double giant bombs along to try to surprise people. You have one here, or you have here or here. There's a lot of different places you can put these. But ultimately the plan is going to be the same as my first attack. We're going to use kind of a mini GoHo2 that we're going to use to try to take out the CC troops, the enemy archer queen, and one X-bow, and that's going to be our goal. And then also to hopefully path over where one of the double giant bomb spots are. That's your ultimate goal. And then from there, we're going to do a surgical hog drop, moving in either a clockwise or a counterclockwise method around the base. With the idea that you want to probably start so that you're going to be able to take out, if there's a remaining X-bow, that next X-bow as soon as possible. So, looking at this base, sorry, let me zoom out here. There's obviously multiple different ways. The archer queen's over here, but to get to her through there, you have to go through the town hall, which means my AQ is going to get stuck on that for a long time. Coming from the bottom, there's a lot of multiple compartments to go through. So, and then from this side was a possibility, but potentially you had still more compartments. It seemed like this direction here made the most amount of sense in regards to what I had to get through to take out an X-bow, and also to potentially test for one of the double giant bomb spots. So plan for this was I was going to send a golem in here and a golem in here, and then from there I was going to have a wizard to break a trash ring here and here, and a wizard to break a trash ring here and here. Actually, I think I might have done the barracks. I can't remember now, but I don't think this was it. I think it was actually here and here was the plan. Because I really needed to make sure that this storage went down. That was the one thing that I had to worry about dragging my Barbarian King away. So from there, no need to wait. Once the wizards are down, you want to immediately go and get your Archer Queen down, followed by your two witches. And the reason you want to get them down is they're going to help take out some of these middle buildings right here. And they're also going to move forward and start taking out some of these defenses that are currently shooting at your golems. And that'll make, your wall breaker placement a little easier, and also so they're taking less damage. But, you don't have to wait for these to go down. I really, once you get the golems down, you get the Archer Queen down, get the witches down, witches spawn their first skellies, you can kind of go ahead and send your wall breakers in. And I sent in, 3 wall breakers. My goal was to try to hit this corner right here because that would bust open this entire compartment, but I don't think it ended up working. I think they hit the wall over here. So, but then from there, plan was that I wanted the golems to start going through, and as if you look at kind of the CC range, once the golems kind of move into this compartment, it's going to start pulling the CC troops. Once the golems have started pulling the CC troops, you kind of want to get a rage down, and I had the rage kind of right here so that I could then send in my remaining wall breakers to kind of bust in this wall, and I think they end up getting this wall also. As soon as the rage is down, and you can do this 2 different ways. You can either drop the Barbarian King first and then the rage and the wall breakers, or the rage, the Barbarian King, the wall breakers, however you want to do it. That's the kind of order though, and you want to do those very, very quickly. You get the as soon as you start seeing the CC troops, get the Barbarian King down, the Rage, and the Wall Breakers, or however, which order, but get those 3 down in quick order, with the idea that he's going to go in and start taking out the enemy CC troops. And then basically what you want to do, as soon as you pop the Barbarian King ability, then you want to go ahead and start your hog drop. You don't want to wait and kind of watch what that's doing. Just pop the ability, immediately start your hog drop. So, looking at this base, I had 2 options. I could either start it at this side and moved around clockwise, or I caught it this side and moved around counterclockwise. Well, the X-bow is closer to this side than it is this side, so I decided I was going to start over here. Plus, these defenses were most likely going to be shooting at my golems that were going to be right here, so they were actually getting tanked a little bit. So then, The plan is you want to send 2 or 3 hogs per defense. I usually like 3 on a point, 2 on a splash. So, maybe you send in 3 here, 2 here, 3 here. If a Tesla pops, you just have to throw another hog or 2 at it. I've got a fairly large group of defenses here. I can't remember if I waited or not because I think these might have been shooting at golems, so I might have actually done my first heal down there. But then, you just kind of keep going on. 3, 3, 2, 3, and then kind of get it to stop once you've got, 3 or 4 groups down, and then see where you need to heal. And I think I actually needed to heal up here near the expo because some of these, I think there was a Tesla that popped and hit a bunch of spring traps. And then, you just kind of continue on with your hogs, and that's the plan. And you can plan this out as well as you want. You don't know where the Teslas are going to be unless, of course, this is a cleanup. So trying to get an exact count isn't going to ever be the case, but you just kind of want to circle around. You want to overwhelm the defenses and go quickly as possible. Get a few groups down, check to see if you need to heal. So that's the plan. So we'll jump in the replay, and I'll kind of go through slowly about the things that, pointing out the things that worked well. So initially, first golems go down, and then I get my wizards to break the trash ring there and there. I missed with that a little bit. And that kind of worked out all right. That builder hut goes down. You see I've already got the archer queen down. I already got the witches down. And then as soon as they've kind of moved forward, I get the wall breakers in. I'm waiting for that mortar to bust. That gets that first group in. You can see the golems have gone in. They've already started pulling the CC troops, so I've gone ahead. I've thrown the rage down. I've got my wall breakers, and you can see I immediately throw my barbarian king from there. Luckily, that army camp goes down just in time. I should have had a little bit wider range there. I've got enough wall breakers, though, to get me all the way in. I don't know why they're blowing up these walls again multiple times. I don't understand the breaker eye. But basically, my Barbarian King's already in. Most of these are actually already down for my witches, and you can see I've already started my hog drop. A few hogs here, a few hogs here, a few hogs here. You're going to see I get a Tesla pop, so I go ahead and throw the first heal down. A couple more hogs here, a couple more hogs here, a couple more hogs here. Get some in this cannon here, so they're kind of each tanking for each other. Hit some spring traps. Actually, I throw my next heal right down there. That was actually a pretty poor heal. That was not a great heal. But we hit this expo, and that's the other thing too. I forgot to mention. You're gonna hit giant bombs. If you hit them one at a time, you don't go over a double set. You want to heal that as possible, especially if you got a big group. That worked out well. I got the one heal there. All of those hogs stayed up, minus the one that hit the spring trap. And I've got, looks like 10 hogs left and 3 defenses. That's going to be it. And this one, actually, my Archer Queen is tanking. I don't know. Oh, the Golem's tanking for me. So, that's kind of it. I've got Barbarian King still up. I dropped a Wizzy on the opposite side, as far away from the hogs as possible. Start cleaning up there. I've still got my enemy Archer, or my Archer Queen. Haven't even popped the ability. I think I'll pop it here shortly so she can bust through that wall. And that's it. It's clean up from there. So this one went a little bit more smoothly than my first. This was my first attempt here at, or my second attempt at the surgical hogs, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. It's a little bit different than a normal hog drop, but I've actually been farming with hogs here recently, so this is kind of a farming strategy I've been using a few giants with hogs and then healers actually. To do farming, so I've kind of gotten a little bit more used to it than some of the other people in our clan, but we're all trying this out, especially when you run into these anti-go white bases. Now, this isn't the perfect strategy. You can't use this for every single base, but these more spread out bases that are designed for anti-3-star, this is a strategy that works well against them. But if you've watched, Jake from One Hive and some of the stuff they're doing over there, they're doing a lot more of this surgical hog. A lot of times maybe using a giant to tank for a few defenses and then send the hogs in. So I think this application works really well, and it helps you especially on the first attempt on bases when you don't know where traps are. So hope this helped. I hope I provided some good content here. If there's any questions or comments, though, please leave them below, and thank you very much for watching.